two updates from Meta today, plus one from Anthropic. We'll do the Anthropic one first. It's real quick. Strong rumors. The information dropped it yesterday that Claude 4 is coming within the next couple of weeks. And it's interesting specifically because Claude 4 is supposed to be both a reasoning model and a non-reasoning model. And what I mean by that is it's sort of like what Sam Altman described ChatGPT 5 as being when he tweeted about it yesterday, where he said it would just magically know, it would magically pick the right things to do with the query you gave it. That's what Claude is apparently going to do. It's going to magically decide whether to reason or not to reason, depending on the use case. Obviously, this is huge news because Claude has been so important with development. And so if Claude can suddenly decide when to reason really intelligently about coding problems, that's a super interesting breakthrough to keep an eye on. Also, Anthropic is rumored to be releasing a continuous slide in their API so that developers have fine-grained control of a reasoning effort when they request Claude 4. We will see how much, if any, of this is true when it releases, but I think that the fact that Anthropic is out with that helps us understand why Sam decided to go public with his roadmap when he did. Yes, probably responding to DeepSeek, but knowing the rivalry between Anthropic and OpenAI, it's also a bit of a pregame for the Claude 4 release so that everyone knows that ChatGPT is also working on something that both chooses when to reason and chooses not to reason. Anthropic news. Two things from Meta. First, they're building robots. I was a little surprised. Zuck is definitely in founder mode. I don't know where he's going to go with his VR, AR, metaverse stuff. Zuck indicated at the last earnings call that he gave a hint that he's thinking about sort of discontinuing investment there. And if he winds that back a little bit, it's possible he uses the cash from that to help fund the robot play. But apparently it's going to be a big play. Like they're going to manufacture their own humanoid robot hardware. They're going to have it do household chores. They want to understand AI sensors and software so that you can actually provide software to other companies that'll also manufacture hardware. To me, that reads like an everything but the kitchen sink strategy. Pardon my humor, because that robot would actually be in my kitchen sink doing the dishes. The idea that the company that makes Facebook is doing my dishes is just very weird. But that's apparently a play that Zuck is working on. And I think it underlines how big this opportunity feels to CEOs in the AI space. If the social media company is getting into making the robots, the robot thing is a big trend for the next 5 years. So we'll see how far this goes. And I want to especially watch the timing of this leak. These things often leak for a reason because they want to get ahead of something else. And you'll notice that there's an Apple event scheduled for next week that no one really knows what it is. And so I do wonder if Meta is trying to get a jump on Apple by leaking this now. Second thing from Meta is they figured out how to use AI to decode language and essentially give people a non-invasive scan so that they could have their thoughts recorded directly to text. Now, you've seen various versions of this in sci-fi movies. We've had scientific studies on it in the past. The difference here is that they're using an artificial intelligence model and they're getting to real-time latency with 80% accuracy. And that is a big step forward. I'll put the paper on that in the YouTube description as well. So that's some of the news we've got, kind of a mixed bag. I don't know how I feel about Mark Zuckerberg's robot doing my dishes, but that's the future we might be in.